This is the Simpit Live, and today we are here for some more testing with this whole live streaming concept. But today was a little different. Today I actually had to test a new product, and it's not my review, but it's something that I needed to create a real-life racing scenario to really test the product at its best. That product is iFlag by MB Motorsports, and basically it's a display. You can see I have it here. Actually, you can't see, but let's go ahead and talk about the other thing that I did want to test today, and that is the concept of bringing in a second camera on driving videos. So, I'm going to go ahead and tease that right now. Here we go. That's our second camera. So, iFlag, here it is. Here's the display, and here's the card from MB Motorsports and the instructions that went along with it. And it's a display that gives you all the flag conditions in iRacing. Now, the flags are seen. Little flags show up during racing, but, I mean, I've actually been guilty of not seeing them. They're kind of in your peripheral view. There is no not seeing this. So right now, really quickly, let me try to join the server that I have set up in order to create this racing scenario. So bear with me one moment while I try to find my server, which for some reason I don't see on the list, even though I saw it ready to go. Give me one more second here. Bear with me. At least you can see what I'm doing now. That's the nice thing about this camera here behind me. I'm actually filming. Here it is. So I don't know how many people are going to join. I just really set this up impromptu, and it was just a quick race at Daytona in the NASCAR trucks. So I'm joining the server, as you can see. You can actually see some of the things that I have going on when I'm doing this. The new product will be, it's this display here that you can see blinking away, and it's a flag display. And I needed to create a real-life scenario for testing it. You know, you only see some of the flags when you're practicing. I needed to see in-race flags. So that's kind of what's going on here. And at this point, I'm flying blind because as soon as I go into race mode, it's hard for me to keep up with the chat. And the other reason for that being is I've turned my laptop, which I used to use as my chat computer while talking to you, is now the camera that you're watching here. So this new camera angle that we're seeing, I'm just going to check on the broadcast. We can see the loading screen for iRacing coming up. And yeah, I see your comments there. I can see them when I bring up in the other window, which I might do something cheating like that. So here we are at the race. Got a couple people in here. That's great. That means that I can actually launch the race. I haven't turned any practice whatsoever because I'm not really concerned. We're running fixed setups in the trucks. I'm going to move that screen over here, and that lets me see the track. So, anyway, let's go ahead and do a practice lap real quick. And you can see right here, it's just kind of blinking. And I don't think it should be doing that. Give me one moment to find out what's going on here. There we go. I had to initialize it really quickly. And now we're seeing yellow, but because I believe I'm on pit lane. So, and it went dark. Let me turn down my volume so I can hear myself. Alright, there are a few things that we can see with this. Oh, briefly we saw the little check diagonal flag, meaning I'm getting passed. This is really the first I've seen under these circumstances. Not sure what those blinks are. That might be the way I turned it on late. I loaded the wrong setup. I might have to restart the room. Like I said, tonight be a little funky. I was kind of throwing some things together at the last minute, and then as soon as I thought about this camera idea, here, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the wall and see what happens real quick. Okay. I apologize, everyone. I'm gonna tell people that I screwed that up if it is.
Seems being that I don't have a setup for this track, I'm gonna throw the 6 setup in, see what she'll do. Yeah, whoops.
Yeah.
No, no worries.
Sorry about that. I had a few other things on my mind. Sorry about that. I had a few other things on my mind simultaneous, you guys. So, I think I need to restart the game real quick. Let me see what our setup situation is. It looks like it's allowing anything. I guess we're just going to run open setups. Yeah, I guess we can just run whatever. Let me exit this. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm going to restart the game and make sure that this iFlag is running properly. I think I kind of confused it by jumping in and out the way I did. So bear with me 1 second here. I'm actually going to shut down iFlag, restart iFlag. There it goes. Now it says let's go. This is the proper way to do it. And get back into iRacing. Whoops, I didn't need to do that. Let's rejoin the session. All right, sorry about that, you guys. That was a little, like I said, clunky is the word we're going to use tonight. So in case you're joining the server now or joining the stream here, I'm testing a couple of different things out. I wanted to test out this new camera that we're seeing. I thought that was a nice addition to the live driving videos, the racing videos. And I also want to test out or let you see iFlag, which is here by MB Motorsports. And I have the instructions here. That's this display right here, and it shows you all the flags in iRacing while you're racing. Now, it is another one of these things like so many displays. It's actually a redundant display because you have that display, those flags come up in iRacing. You don't really need additional flags. However, it's really easy to not see those sometimes. Or in my case, if I'm running triple screens for other displays, I can't see my gauges when I'm racing. So, let's go ahead and just go out. And I don't care about this race, and we only have a couple of people. It doesn't matter to me how many people are even in the race as long as there's one other person so that I can get potentially them passing me. But you did see the green letting me know it was clear to go out on track. And it seems to be working properly. So that first run around, by the way, when it was blinking, was my fault. That was me not making sure it was all initialized. You don't even have to do it. I jumped in and out of the game and set everything up. So we just have a few minutes of practice. I set it up for 10. I'm sure it's already burned off plenty of that time because I was going in and out and waiting for the group to launch. Looks like we have 30 seconds remaining. So it'll just be an immediate qualifying and then the race, and we'll get to see some of the action on iFlag. So one thing I do want to see real quick. I did that on purpose. There we go. There's the meatball.
You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Don't reach it, and we'll come and get you.
Alright, and I believe we would see a checkered flag right now if I hadn't wrecked the truck like that. That's okay. That's one of the things I wanted to see. That's what we're here for, is testing it. And, you know, these are the kind of things I don't necessarily want to do in an open room. That's why I went ahead and hosted my own room. So let's go do a qualifying run and see what it tells us during qualifying. Again, I put no practice in. There's only a handful of people in this room. They're nice enough. They got my post. I only gave like 20 minutes notice of what I was doing here. But for me, it was sort of an opportunity to do something different. Once again, wanted to test this camera also. It's something else that I've been working on over the weekend. So I figured, well, why not try them both together, do it all in one. So thank you for joining me. Thanks for joining me here in the room, everybody. And thank you all out there for joining me for this test session. I'd like your opinion on the second camera.
Hey, Sean, that was awesome. That light, I'd love to get one of them.
What's that, Sean?
Say again, Crack?
Oh, that light, I think that's awesome. That looks awesome, man.
Oh, cool, you're seeing it. Yeah, there it just turned green as I'm about to take my first time lap. It just turned green as I'm about to take my first time lap. Get my button call. So,
I gotta get one of those. That is awesome.
Yeah, I'll have a review and more details about it later, probably tomorrow.
Oh, so what, you guys are testing out advanced technology here, huh?
That's exactly right.
Well, see, I still use stone knives and bearskin.
I also always say to each his own, you know, there is no ends all says all.
Well, I really enjoy your equipment reviews. Good job.
Thank you very much, Albert. So we're getting a lot of people joining really quick. I think I messed up in the description because I think I said it was going to be fixed setup. Some people figure it out, some people won't. I think I made it pretty clear in the description that this was just me looking for some help. I needed a crowd in order to get, you know, a race scenario so I can get the cross flags, let's say, or the meatball, or the diagonal flag to make a lap down, and, you know, so that's what today's session is all about. It was also a test for the future. Is this enjoyable? Would this be fun for you guys? You know, I'm not to the point. I mean, in this case, I've written most of the details about the review, but I haven't tested in this scenario. I've seen most of what it can do on the track, but again, I haven't seen it in action during the race, which is why we're here. Which is why I have so many cameras on me today as well. So real quick, we'll just wrap up the second lap. That'll be the end of qualifying. And then it's a 20-lap race. It will not be very long. I imagine it will be crazy. And who knows what will happen during it. I hope I had cautions on. I don't see why I would have left them off. Again, I put this together in the last minute. It was all just like a, hey, let's do this. It sounds fun. So forgive me, but... Change that motor, please. Alright, so that gives me just a moment to catch up with you guys, so let's check in and go along on the stream. I see we have 71 people here, which being as impromptu, and again, the word of the day here is clunky as we test out multiple things. So, yes, Chris Knight, absolutely. And that's one of the things that the guys at MB Motorsports told me. They made no... they were not secretive at all about this is a mini Arduino with this display put on it. You can build it yourself. What this is for those who don't want to do the whole project thing, don't want to have to figure out how to make a box. They have a nice 3D printed enclosure. They have the software all ready to go with some instructions. So it's just kind of making it painless for a pretty nominal increase in price over that $30 when you consider everything that you get along with it. And that's everything that I'll show and talk about during the actual review. Today was basically being able to just see it in action and for me to also test out this extra camera, which I'm not even sure where to put it just yet. Driving in the trucks, the display, the dashboard is so large. There's all the room in the world. Not sure if that's the spot for everything, but we'll work on it. So, Michael Clark, yes, please hit the like button. I appreciate it. And if you enjoy what we do here, subscribe. You'll get notifications of live streams going up in case I forget about it on Facebook. My mic volume is low. Okay, I will take care of that really quickly. Bear with me, sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up a little more until people complain about the volume of my microphone. Alright, it looks like it's grid time. I'm gonna get a last sip of beverage and try to not put my microphone in the water there. So, the camera's perfect. Awesome. Awesome. I thought it was a nice new perspective. I liked this one looking at me because, you know, in the moment of truth, it's nice to see. And this one kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. Or, again, in today's case, where I'm testing a product. And maybe, loud and clear, Doyle. Maybe you guys might want to see it actually in action.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Doyle. How you doing? All right, so that's telling us...
Doing pretty good. You doing all right, man?
Absolutely. Having a good time. Sorry I just threw this one together with no advanced warning.
One left to green.
Just felt like doing it.
Big road is closed.
Thank you all for coming out. Again, I needed a grid. I, at some point, will drop back through the grid. I might even try to damage my car. I might try to bring out one caution, but if one comes out, then I won't need to. But I did need a live race, and I didn't want to do it in a real iRacing room, because I thought that would be kind of cool and inhumane to the group. But thank you for joining, everybody, and have a good race. It's an iFlag display, so instead, depending on the overlay flags iRacing, it's a bright LED display. And, you know, it's redundant, admittedly, but, oh yeah, there you go, you got those. Yeah, I love these kind of things, though. I think they really add immersion, and there's no way to say I missed a flag.
Yeah, I just ordered one of those, actually.
That's excellent. Yeah, the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, I need to show people about that. I think a lot of people really like that. Cody's testing out a new
You guys that have revenue streams, I hate you.
Get ready. Going green.
Just takes a webcam, Albert. Good luck, guys.
Thanks for the host.
Oh, I'm late on the jump. Alright, we got our green flag warning. That's what we want to see. Couldn't miss that. I did. I was kind of just thinking about other stuff. That's cool, though. Just want to see how this one
I missed
plays
the
out.
gut.
Can you guys hear the chat and the spotter? That's something I wonder. You should, I think. Yeah, you should. I don't even need to answer that question. Oh, we're slingshotting it. We got a bunch of cars running up behind us now. Don't do a lot of oval racing recently, so this is kind of fun. I haven't done an oval race in ages. I always loved the trucks. I thought they were just a little more fun than the cup cars for some reason. And less horsepower and less aero kind of ended up being like a little bit more of a crazy drive. In some ways, I mean, the other ones have enough horsepower to get themselves in big trouble. These don't seem to have that issue. Do a little side draft here, get close to them. Don't want to get too close and send everybody into the grass and into the walls.
That was my bad, guys.
Oh. Is that put it at the back, or do I have cautions turned off? I really want to see a caution flag.
Nah, I knew all you guys were down there, but that guy slowed me up and I had to move down. That was just stupid on my part.
Oh. Oh, that was a moment.
Are you drawing with a keyboard or what?
I think that answered my question about cautions, by the way.
Oh, I never know what happened there.
We had to do some serious accident avoidance here today.
Well, thanks for putting up. You know, this is a skybox that I haven't really seen here at Daytona. And the lighting is definitely different. It makes the track different.
I was having so much fun too, so it's stuff like that. I was going up there.
Man, again, I'm sorry. I mean, that was bad move on my part.
Still in fun, baby.
I guess unless it really sucks that I didn't put on the constant flag. That was the one I wanted to see. That was, and I know after that wreck, there's no way I have constant on. So I'm gonna have to go find an opportunity to find that live to see it. I mean, you can make it show you every display, but to me that's not the same as seeing it happen.
I just drove 100 miles in a dually pulling an 8,000-pound camper. I feel bad.
And when you turn it on, it actually scrolls through all of the displays. It tells you if you read the I flag. You might be able to see it right here. I have the overlay on. I can turn that off, but right there you can see the overlay showing that it's actually on. And when it's when you haven't watched the game, you'll actually see her scrolling through all of the flags if you have that turned on. So if you're not in iRacing, you'll want to turn that off, otherwise it's scrolling very bright. Alright, we're on lap 7, and lap 10 we should see cross flags. That'll be our next big moment for iDisplay. I'm just kind of cruising along here in second place. We're slowly gapping Brian Hibbert or Greg Myers. I know Greg seems to run a lot of series that I run in, so I know Greg, and I know he saw the screen and he saw the display and talked about it.
Did the yellows come under there too?
So I am just kind of cruising here. I mean, I could bump draft him if he and I were more practiced, but I haven't run, and I don't want to scare the life out of poor Greg. I don't mean poor Greg in that respect, that he wouldn't see it coming. I run people a lot. I will test that. I mean, I can give him a little bump right here. That's not too bad. As long as I don't put it, maybe not as a approach to the car. I mean, at some point, I can drop back like 3 or 4 car lengths and probably blow by him if I wanted to. And I don't mean that with my skill. That's just kind of the rule, not the rule, but the heads up of the truck. If he has little damage on the back, my truck feels quick. You can make a big move for it. Across the back. Let's go ahead and clear this truck first.
Well, you've got a guy about.
bump draft here.
Oh, so he's going to give me a little push from behind. That'll certainly help. Look at this push we get. Look at that speed launch into the corner. Fish up high, just going kind of backward. We're just out. Now, if Greg wanted to work with me, he can keep doing that. Or, Greg could use this big speed push he's going to get. Look, Fish is going to come back on the outside. He's a lap down, but his car is fine. He's a fast driver. Look at that, on the outside. Can he make it stick? I don't know. Now I should be able to come on back. This is Daytona all the way. I love it. I haven't done oval in a long time. It's fun. Gotta get this entry just right. Too much hitting that bump's gonna be terrible. Just keeping the pin way low. Really smart. Don't give me any room to work with. In fact, look at this. We're gonna have a little kick and roll coming up here. This should be very interesting. Now I'm racing David like we're for position, and I think he's doing the same because it's a fun race. It doesn't matter to me that he's a lap down. In my mind, he's running second right now. And when he gets his nose ahead, he's in the lead of the race. Oh, he went up into the wall. That's going to hurt him. Brad's trying to press me. I'm going to let him kind of get a run there. I could have just kept him below the yellow line, quite honestly, but I'm going to back off just to get around that. He's up into the wall. Slip in behind Brad. Wow, this suede wheel will not be the same after this race. I'm white knuckling it. Alright, so Greg opened the door to bump ground. Let's see if we open some here. Stay low, Greg. Stay low. I don't want you to run. Oh, I'm going to have to go then. Nasty last lap at this point. Woo! I have my spotter silent here. That. Lap 15. Getting a nice push finish now. Woo, we're flying into that corner. Five to go. Where I saw that was a piece of rubber. Oh, Greg is down low. 3 wide. Contact between me and Greg. Looked like contact on both sides, maybe. I backed out just to hopefully keep control. I sensed that coming. Nothing I could have done except really blatantly walk. I'm not going to do that. I didn't do anything on lap 14 because I'm convinced I have cautions turned off, so that testing is over. Next thing we're looking for is the white flag. And then the checker. We already saw the meatball in practice, so we know that works. You gotta start thinking about setting up the finish. We got a 3-car breakaway. Delay, Bill, Lyle, want to be to make a run for the checker. So far in this race, being up front, if anyone sets you up, is not the place you want to be. Unless you want to start being a blocking fool. And with the speeds they come at you, it might have to be pretty darn late. By that should blink white. Now again, in my mind, David Fish sitting right behind me in third, functionally speaking, in second. I mean, is in third, not in eighth, as it says. Hard to miss that, isn't it? Oh.
Hang on to it, man.
Woo! Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Trying to push him to the front.
Oh, man.
Well.
I just couldn't blow up enough. I kissed the rear end, and then I was wobble central. Oh. Oh. Nice race, guys. That was fun. Good win, Greg, Vile, and David. I consider you guys second and third, by the way. I don't care your lap down. In my mind, we were all racing for the win. We all knew what was going on. So there you have it. Anyway,
good times right there.
I did just want to kind of test out exactly.
Well, thanks again for hosting, Sean. And on this skybox, I've never raced on this track with this skybox.
Oh, I might. Is this the old? It's the old version of Daytona, then.
Thank you, Sean. That was fun.
Right on, guys. Thank you very much for doing that. I needed to do a live test of a race to see some things, and that was exactly perfect, except for that I forgot to hit turn on cautions, but maybe it's just as well.
Yeah, thanks for that, Sean. I had great fun up there before that thing. We were on about the fifth lap or whenever it was, but no, that was good fun. Great stuff.
Well, yeah, keep putting out those great hardware updates and reviews that you do, because they're excellent.
Right on, Albert. Thank you. I sure will. I definitely will. I guarantee you that. All right, so let me see if I can bring up the chat real quick before I bring things to an end here. Anyway, yeah, that save, that was crazy, huh? All right, let me go back in time here and see anything that, just catch up with what you guys have talked about. Again, thank you for coming out. Today was a dual test. It was a test of both the eye flag that you can see blinking away there. It was a test of the secondary camera during race videos, and, you know, a kind of combination of quality and if it adds this stream. I don't even know if things are actually in sync. I'm moving my hand so I can look, but I'm delayed there. So anyway, my engine's too loud, and and the chat, which will go hand in hand, or it's independent when I make that adjustment, John. And yes, this is just iRacing. No, I'm not testing a wheel. I'm testing that display that's flashing away. Pedal to metal. Go, go, go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Engine sound too loud, so I'll make that adjustment. Can't hear me at all, Landros. I'm sorry about that. We're working on those. That car is way louder. So my previous races in iRacing have actually been in the Mazda Miata, and I'll bet you that engine in the truck is twice as loud. It's certainly twice as big. Testing your ears, Stefan. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry about that. Well played. And Luskinen, yes, 1,000 horsepowers are loud. I agree. Overlay for iRacing, I've heard about it, and I am going to look into that. A different overlay than what I'm using. What you're seeing, I'm running in triple screens, and I've just cropped you like the center screen. When I first did some testings, I shrank it and had to put in, like, you know, a border with a bunch of dead space, which I didn't think was very cool. Maybe now that we have a second camera, we could do that. It would give you a wider perspective. But again, it's a combination of triple screen versus single screen, and it's hard for me to find the equilibrium. But there is an iRacing overlay for OBS Studio that I've heard of, so I'm looking into that. And exactly.
How do you get into this chat room? I see you got one, but I don't know how to get there.
Landros, it's on the YouTube live stream, so you go to YouTube Live, the link on Facebook.
Oh, okay. I don't know. There's something playing on my. Your video's playing on my phone. I think it came up through Facebook instead of YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, quite possibly. And Michael, no, I'm avoiding you because it's top secret. Exactly. Otherwise, I'd have to kill you. Dalton Bedor laughing. Arca brakes. Bought it at Area 51. Anthony Sup Shrimp Pit. Okay. You're a clever guy. I hope you're proud. Bearded Berkser, holy LOL. Yeah, and that saved. Honestly, that saved. That was fun. I absolutely thought I was going to lose it there. Actually, I want to see a replay of that from the TV perspective. That was a moment. I was trying to set it up to get me and Greg a little bit ahead of Fish, so that I could actually single him out and get a run on him. That was my goal. And it was the only way I foresee controlling the fate to an extent and going for the win. I thought if I went by Greg, I'm just going to play this random game of luck of who gets the timing. And I decided that I wanted to try to control my fate. Alright, so here we go. Fish is pushing, so I had to go low early to make sure Fish couldn't get under me. Greg's up a little high. I'm kind of, where was the contact? I got a contact reading. I didn't see. Oh, it was a bump from behind. I thought when I woed up right here, right there, I thought maybe I didn't know, but I thought maybe I had touched. I didn't realize I got a little bump from behind. And that gave me a little wiggle. I'm sorry, this is my own. Had to stab the brake at the end. Brought it in. And in my mind, I finished second place, quite honestly, for me. I call that fourth because, again, we all knew what was going on. Those guys went down from an incident that didn't have anything over anything. So, yeah, okay, John, I hear you. I hear you, bud. Yes, I will turn that down, for sure. Willie, I'm glad you jumped in for the race instead of the stream. I needed people out there. It was fun. At this specific time of day, I can give that thought. My email is sean@thesimpit.com. If you really, really would like to see a particular time, and I get enough people who are looking for it, I'll consider it. I don't know if I can guarantee every day, but we can talk about a planned show. I've thought about doing something like bringing up today, you know, topics, not just the news. The news is something I'll do spontaneously. But I thought about doing more like topics for discussion. So, like, I'll give you a great example. I get a lot of flack from people not using an H-pattern shifter using the Miata. I don't mind the flack, by the way. I have very thick skin, so comments, everything, as long as it's in a certain direction of everything being better, I'm all for it. And so I've had a lot of people really giving me a hard time saying, you know, hey, this is a sim, that's an H-pattern car, use an H-pattern shifter. So that's something I have my own opinion on that, both agreeing and disagreeing. So that's the kind of thing, like maybe doing a planned show, 5 o'clock on Fridays, or here we are, 8 o'clock on Sundays, and bring something like that up for discussion that we can talk about. And I'm totally into that, and then getting all of your opinion on it as well. And Willie, yes, that's one of my concerns about VR in general, is displays, button boxes, all the peripherals. And John, I think what I'm going to have to do sound-wise is find a decibel level that works really well, and then try to match that when I change cars or sims, because it seems that every time I move around a little bit, it jumps around. Okay, I'm kind of catching up with you guys just a little bit here. Good save. Video while back in the game. Yeah, I like having external gauges. I think it adds to it, and that's, again, one of the things at VR, and that could be another discussion if we had an open forum discussion show on, say, Sunday nights or something. And Starcher, the overlay for the live stream, it's all available for open broadcast software or studio. I'm not sure if it's OBS is what it goes by. I made this custom overlay, if that's one you're talking about. If the one you're talking about, the ones during the race, those are within iRacing, so you don't need to do anything. They're automatic. They're included in the game or sim. Yeah, Jody, that lap 4, it sounded like things were going kind of hectic in the background there. But we had a good race up front, and you know, for me, it was about testing, and it was fun to do the drive like that. Anyway, Michael, great, fun to watch. Thank you very much. Live stream on Twitch. I did a live stream on Twitch. It was fine. When I did my testing, I did Twitch, then I did YouTube. Overall, people seemed a little happier with the YouTube version, and I have a larger subscriber base on YouTube, so it made sense to stay here. I have nothing against Twitch. That's just purely how it played out like that. And Rote Garcia asked if I have the Ricmotech OSW, and the answer is no. I have a Leo Bodner direct drive wheel. So it's you know, it's very similar to open source wheels, very similar to, say, an AccuForce. But this one in particular is like the second strongest that Bodner makes. It's stronger than what even most simulator companies use. It's a beast of a wheel. Andrew Starcher, no gauges. Do you mean this flashing one? That's one of the things I was testing here, if you mean that. That's iFlag. I got this one from MB Motorsports. They actually do a fixture that holds it. It's a display working with an Arduino board, and it can actually be done as a DIY project. But this is sort of the plug-and-play version for those who don't have the time or skills to be able to test the display. That's the only other gauges that I can think of. You saw the very top of the bezel of the gauges of my truck when I was driving. Those were actually in the game as well, if that's what you mean. So no, I didn't. There was an overlay that was like showed my controls movement that I do put up. That's included in the game. It's very similar to this one here, the one we saw on the replay as well in the main screen. So yeah, VR is going to change everything, and has for a lot of people already. That could be another one of those Sunday night discussions, VR. A lot of mixed opinions on it, and I have a very positive mixed opinion on it. I love it, and at the same time, I don't use it. And I have a handful of reasons, some of which will be cured with the next generation, and some of them won't be. So that would be a great topic of discussion, VR. It is changing the world, and for certain people in certain scenarios, it is absolutely the way to go. Even now, even right now, depending on what you do in sim racing. Andreas Martin Merck was his name, Anthony, and no, it was great. I really missed that series, and I'm hoping someday Andreas comes back to sim racing. He also was a musician, an actor, had a lot of other extracurricular things, and he was at that stage in life in the Netherlands where, like, between high school and college, or during, you're supposed to, like, do intern work and work as well, and it's like, you know, it's very organized program they all go through there, you know, or at least Andreas was, and he was at that stage, so it sort of pulled him away from sim racing, unfortunately, because he was awesome, and I really missed that series. I thought it was really beneficial to everybody out there. I do not know of a Ricmotech OSW, to be honest with you. It might be something they're working on. Maybe it's something they've released and didn't let me know about, because, I mean, like, I'm using a Ricmotech wheel, well, a wheel mod on my Leo Bodner. So when you buy a Leo Bodner base, it does not come with a wheel. Mine came with an adapter to work with any standard wheel with that, you know, 6-bolt pattern that's very normal for steering wheels. So with it, I just had a generic GT wheel that you'd buy to, like, upgrade an old car. This is something that Ricmotech made that I did do a review on. So if you go to the simpit.com, you can find it. It's called the Ricmotech Mod 31, where they take a Momo Mod 31, combined it with the Thrustmaster hub that gives you their layout, their paddle shifters, but then they also put on these extended carbon fiber paddle shifters. So that's what provides me the actual wheel rim portion, but the base itself is a Leo Bodner 53. Willie, yeah, next gen VR is gonna it's gonna be hard to stay away from. And yeah, Miguel, you made the big leap then, switching from a single standard screen and then stepping up essentially to a real monitor, which has a refresh rate that is so much better. And you know what people don't necessarily know is that the game's force feedback and wheel timing is directly associated with the refresh rate. So when people play on cheap monitors or televisions, it plays like a console game instead of like a PC game, essentially, if that makes sense. And it's not quite that cut and dry, but to put it in a very simplistic term. So, unless there are any other questions, I'm pretty much done here. I got a chance to see this iFlag display flashing away. It was really simple to do. I'm going to have a full review on it, which is, you know, it's a simple product, but there's a little bit to cover and let you know about it and where you can purchase it, and let you know about the DIY versions as well, just to be fair. So if you're into that, we should have that out tomorrow in more of a video format instead of the live show. We do have more live shows coming. Any current news in sim racing that comes up that I think needs a little bit of extra talking about, I'll be bringing that to you as well. I'll bring you more races and more drive-alongs as well. We got World's Fastest Gamer, the next phase of R Factor 2, plus we've got the startup of the iRacing version of that coming. I've got the Assetto Corsa series that I'm running on Thursday and Friday nights on sim racing systems, and we're going to have to get this week's Mazda Miata race in as well. So lots of live stream races, which is why we want to test out this camera. I did have a second or a third camera running, recording this specifically for the show that I'll be putting out tomorrow, just to let you know a little bit of the how it's made version of the show. So anyway, yeah, the faster display, the better. And when you talk about aliens, you talk about these guys who are getting top finishes in World's Fastest Gamer or World Championship level racing. Those guys are all running on 144 hertz displays, non-negotiable, and that allows their refresh rate of their wheel to sync up with the game so much cleaner and faster and more accurately, most importantly. So, anyway, if you are watching this video later, not part of the live stream, at least you did get to see the live chat that was going along with it, with any questions or things going on. But I hope you do enjoy this stream, enjoy this thing, and I guess what I was getting to with the chat actually was that I'd love your opinion. We've heard a lot of conversation about the audio mix that went on. I'm very interested also on the opinion of having a second camera and the importance of it, and size and placement and all that, because I trust you guys more than anybody. You are the community for the Simpit. So again, I believe we are all done with questions, and again, if you'd like to see a permanent timed show at a specific time where we could talk just like this, but about something like VR, or about why Sean doesn't use a shifter device. And Rob Hill, okay, here, let me see if I can let me see if I can cheat this real quick. Let's get out of... I'll give you guys... You guys stuck around for the broadcast. And I teased testing. So let's turn off iFlag. I'm getting a little warm here, by the way. I have a few more lights on than normal. Now I'm turning it back on. And you can see the little F logo in a green. It's initializing. It's now showing green flag. Checkered flag. And this is what I meant. I didn't really have to do a race to see everything. But it's like, if you're going to get a meatball, it better be for damage, not just because I made it. Safety car, we didn't get to see the yellow flag. Caution flag, safety flag, red flag. White flag, we did see that one. Blue with the diagonal. So that means you're getting past. You're a lap down. The leaders are coming up on you. This is a debris flag, which I wasn't even sure they had that. There's your disqualify. Sorry, that means you screwed up and you were out. Meatball, we did get to see that one during the race. Furled blue. That's the halfway flag. What is the... I believe that was the halfway flag, if I'm not mistaken. A furled blue flag. Somebody can fill me in on that one. I'm not sure what that means. So anyway, there it is, display. So you did get to see the yellow with the blue flag test. Just so now we've seen it, and the yellow one as well. And Willie's saying, if not scheduled, you have a timer X hours until the next live show. I normally do that on most shows that I have an opportunity to do that with. So if it's something like a race coming up, I do try to do that. However, if it's something like tonight, was just a rapid, out-of-nowhere test. So I am not that fast, Willie. It happens, especially if you get caught up in some incidents out there. Yeah, you know, if it's something like the news, if I get the news, I'm just going to go live as quick as I can. Something that I think is deserving of attention or talking about. And then the other is to, if it's a race, I can let you know about it in advance. And then tonight was really just a test. I needed to do a live race. I wanted to test this new camera, and I was testing out this display. And I figured, all right, let's take care of everything all in one. So, and the two-color chat, there are videos on YouTube on how to do that using OBS software and chat. So it was just doing a little basic coding. I am not a coder, but it's just some basic web coding. It's not too hard. There's some follow-along videos that make that very easy. I don't mind giving away my secrets. And yeah, RTA, that's something we were talking about a little earlier. With VR, this kind of display is pointless. So is a button box, unless you just have this perfect memory for space and distance, you know. So anyway, okay, that is it. I am going to wrap things up. If you've enjoyed this show, if you're a fan of the Simpit and you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Then you'll get notifications, especially of the live streams. You know, the videos, they're there, catch up whenever, sure. But the live streams, if you want to be a part of the chat, you definitely need to be here in time. And if I do it on short notice, you'll only get to you'll only get to know about it if you're a YouTube subscriber. So I hope you did enjoy the show today, enjoy the new camera and the live testing of a product, something I might do in the future, just so you can kind of see things a little in advance when I can let you know about it. So again, I hope you enjoyed the show. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole. I'll see you on the track.